Raymond had no problem when these young guys would ask him. And the 2 years that Tiger participated as an amateur there, he played a practice round with Raymond both times. That's when I first got to meet Tiger, and so forth. And I'd been on the tour, and when Tiger decided he needed a new caddy, he asked several people. He asked his coach, his manager, and a couple of other people about who he should hire for a new caddy. My name came up with everybody that he asked, and that's how it came to be. I went to meet Tiger prior to the job, and yeah, that's how it all came about.
The job interview didn't quite go as planned, though, in reading the book. Can you share that a little bit?
Oh well, I was just my when I first went to Tiger's place, and that he said, "Stevie, can you just hold on a minute? I'm just doing something." And he's playing a video game, and the intensity of what he was playing this video game was something I'd never seen before. I'm not familiar with video games. I'm older, and it's not something I did as a child. And to see someone playing a game that's just a fun thing that you're playing, I couldn't believe the intensity. And I straight away recognized the fact that if this guy's this intense on playing a video game, what's he going to be like on the golf course? So after a few hours of discussion, then I said, Tiger, just give me 24 hours to go away and think about this, because that was stuck in my head. I'd not seen, I mean, I would have considered myself quite an intense person myself until I met him. And then I would be willing to think I'd go back onto the relaxed scale. So, yeah, I took, like 24 hours later, I came back to Tiger, said, yeah, all good, set to go.
The name of the book is Together We Roared. It is out, and it's a pleasure to have Steve Williams with us for a few minutes. I want to make sure the glare doesn't get onto that. Together We Roared. It is out. Steve with us for a couple of more minutes. Again, I don't want to give away the whole book, but I think stories like you're at Pebble Beach and you almost run out of golf balls, that's one that you look at and say, really? That almost happened?
Basically, Tiger took 3 balls out of the bag because he didn't go to the putting green on the restart on the Saturday morning of a delayed round on Friday from the US Open due to a fog delay. We didn't go to the putting green on Saturday morning because it was a very early tee off, and there wasn't time to go to the range, to the putting green, and then take the shuttle from the given shuttle point out to where you were starting the remainder of your round and that. And we got out to the tee, and there's only 3 balls in the bag. When I put my hand there, I thought, oh, there should have been 6 in there from yesterday. It was just a continuation of yesterday's round. And anyway, we got to the last hole there. We only had 1 left. We'd already used one, and I'd given that away Tiger had given that away to a young man in the gallery. And I looked at this young man showing the ball to his father, and look, I got this Nike golf ball. It's got Tiger Woods' name on it. He was delighted. And I thought, geez, maybe I need to get that ball just in case. But you just couldn't do it. All the people think, what's going on here? We got to that 18th hole there. He's got a 9-shot lead. He hit it into the ocean there, and so we're down to our last golf ball. So we'll leave it at that, and the viewer can read from there what transpired.
Sure, it's good stuff. The relationship with Mickelson on and off the course that you can talk about, because Phil was here in Arizona at Arizona State, and it's polarizing whenever those two were together out there. You were there on the bag. What was that relationship really like from your view?
Look, I mean, every player, you want this rivalry to come together, and they were very fierce rivals. And Tiger was adamant that he wanted to keep Phil on that no majors record for as long as he could, because he knew when he got the opportunity to win a major, the floodgates made open in that. And Tiger always, when Phil got into contention in a major championship, it just raised the bar a little bit more. I mean, they're great mates, sort of thing, but fantastic or huge rivalries on the course. Tiger had the utmost respect for Phil, and particularly Phil's short game. He just, he marveled at Phil's short game. And obviously, Phil, look, if Tiger had not been around, Phil Mickelson would have been the greatest player that's ever played the game. There's no question about that. He's the best player that played against Tiger in his era. And he would have won, could have won as many majors as Tiger did if Tiger wasn't around, if you know what I mean. If Tiger didn't turn pro, or, Tiger wasn't in the scene, Phil was that good a player. But, it was hard for Phil to win as many majors as he probably deserved, because he was playing against Tiger, and Tiger most of the players that Tiger came up against, Tiger just had, had their number, if you like. So, but a fantastic rivalry, and you've got to have those rivalries, and that was the number one rivalry that that Tiger had was with Phil Mickelson.
Did you ever correct Tiger? And I'm sure you had to as a caddy. When you did for the first time, how did that go? Or learning trust and that role of caddy saying, yeah, we're not doing that. It's like a pitcher in baseball and his catcher says, no, you're not calling that pitch. Did you have to do that early on?
Yeah, look, I mean, there was a monumental moment that just cemented our relationship as a caddy. It was, when Tiger turned professional and he won the Masters in convincing fashion in 1997. Everybody just thought, well, this guy's just going to be the best player there is, and the floodgates going to open. And then he went the remainder of 97, all of 98, and the first three majors of 1999 without winning another major. So, getting that second major was getting to be a lot of pressure on Tiger. I could sense that and I could feel that. The 16th hole at the 99 PGA, Tiger chipped it up there at about 6 feet, and he was adamant that, okay, he asked me what I thought, and he said left edge. I said, no, it's not left edge. It's what we call inside left, bringing the reed down a little bit. And he said, you sure? I said, yep, knock that putt in. And that was, today when I look back at that moment, that was the moment that cemented our relationship, because it's the biggest moment that him and I had shared. And I was adamant that I was right. And he trusted that, knocked that putt in, won that major championship at the end of 99. And then from 2000 to 2008, he just played unbelievable golf.
This was a great book, Steve. I really appreciate you joining us and being wide open on this. I think it gives people out here in the States a really good view of what was going on with Tiger back in the day, and you were a big part of it. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us on your show. Like, big thank goes out to Evan, the guy who co-authored the book. We've had nothing but huge success with the book. It's gone really, really well. And I have to thank him for putting together such, like he worked very closely, and it's a great story. So we're real proud of it. Thanks for having us on your show.
I look forward to seeing it on the movies.
Yeah, yeah, good one, Brad.
Big screen. We'll get you Tom Cruise to play you or something.
Cheers, Brad.